If you have a question for Coach Hudspeth, please press star 1 on your telephone's keypad at this time. Louisiana Lafayette is coming off of a game at Tulane and now takes on New Mexico State. That'll be a road game for the Raging Cajuns this Saturday at 7 p.m. Central Time. Game will be televised on ESPN3. Coach, before we get to questions, can you give us your thoughts on last week's game at Tulane and the upcoming game at New Mexico State?
Well, what can you say? Just a great college football game. Just unfortunately, we didn't come up on the end that we would like to, but it was an outstanding game. I thought both teams played their hearts out. I know we felt like our guys left all they had out there on the field, especially Elijah McGuire carrying the ball 38 times. And then he also had 4 more catches and then some punt returns. But I thought defensively in regulation, we couldn't have played much better. When you hold a team to 0 for 16 on third down and stop a team that prides themselves in running the ball like we did, I think you can see that our defense is where we want it to be. We're playing well defensively. Special teams, we had a big night, minus the one fumbled punt return, but we had a big night with 4 for 4 on field goals. Steve Yartie came roaring back from a tough week last week and had a phenomenal night with the 4 field goals. And then we had the block punt to set up the offense at the 6-yard line. Offensively, the tail of the tape was the turnovers, especially when you turn it over all 3 times inside the 20-yard line, giving them great field position. But when your defense holds them to 3 field goals, that they gave us a chance to stay in the game and to win the game in regulation, and we had a chance to win the game in overtime twice. Just wasn't our night, but proud of this team. I think this team, obviously, regardless of the outcome, became a better football team throughout that night, and we're excited about the remainder of the season. We think there's a lot of good football left ahead of us as we get started and head into Mexico State.
Thank you very much, Coach. As a reminder to members of the media on the call, please press star 1 at this time to get in the queue to ask questions for Coach Hudspeth. Coach, just want to ask you again about Elijah McGuire's performance on Saturday was notable in many instances, as you pointed out. Late in the game, he left briefly with an injury. What is his status coming up in next week's game?
He'll be fine. He will play, and he's going to be sore this week. Took quite a pounding. Carried the ball 38 times, but he will play.
Thank you, Coach. Junior Raynard Ford, you started him on the offensive line. It was his first career start. What did you see from him on Saturday?
Well, he had to start because Grant Horse was not able to play. Raynard had a tough night, but he got his first opportunity. He'll improve. He got some experience under his belt now. We're hoping, and we have been told we think that Grant Horse will be back this week, and so that will be a big shot in the arm for our offensive line continuity.
And Coach, you mentioned the special teams play. I mean, what did it mean for you to see so many, kind of game-changing play in the punt block, and then also Steve Artigue really connect on all of his field goals?
Yeah, I was proud of the way he responded, coming off a tough week, and just rolled up his sleeves, went to work, and honestly saw the improvement, and not just with the field goals, made all the extra points throughout the game, even in pressure situations to tie the games up throughout the overtime. And so I just thought our special teams return units did a nice job. We just can't put the ball on the ground like the one punt return, but other than that, I thought they were outstanding.
And, Coach, the upcoming game against Mexico State, obviously, with the preseason Offensive Player of the Year, Larry Rose III, being in the backfield, they present some challenges on offense. But what do you really see from the Aggies so far this season?
Well, they're an explosive offensive football team, to say the least. I think they scored 42 against Kentucky. They had 560 yards total offense against Troy, and their Achilles heel is the same ones that we had. They just had the turnovers that was the difference in the game. They've got an outstanding offensive football team that spreads the ball around. They've got a quarterback that can get it around, and Larry Rose is one of the best players in the league. And Doug Martin does a great job out there at New Mexico State. They're going to be well coached and sound. So we've got to have a great week of practice and bounce back, and hopefully we can do that.
Okay. Thank you very much, Coach, for your time. It's all the questions we have for today.
Thank you.